Down, do roll call.
Vice President Abdul Salam.
Vice President Abdul Salam, present.
Marietta Senate Lead Buppet.
Marietta Senate Lead Buppet, present.
Senator Benitez.
Senator for University College, present.
Senator Brand.
Senator for the Michael J. Coles College of Business, present.
Senator Broom. Senator Busen.
Senator for Housing and Residence Life, present.
Senator Coakley.
Senator Coakley for the College of Engineering and Engineering Technology, present.
Senator Crawford. Director Delaney.
Director of Academic Affairs, present.
Kennesaw Senate Lead Dykes.
Kennesaw Senate Lead, present.
Senator Elongway. Senator Ellington.
Senator Ellington, Senator for the College of Engineering and Engineering Technology, present.
Senator Gilmer. Treasurer Har. Senator Heller. Sorry. Senator Heller. Yes.
Senator for the College of Science and Mathematics, present.
Senator Henry. President Honeycutt.
President Honeycutt, present.
Director Keller.
Director of Internal Affairs, present.
Senator Lopez.
Senator for Diversity of Students, present.
Director Mogis.
Director of Procedural Operations, present.
Senator Rahman.
Senator for the College of Science and Mathematics, present.
Senator Ray.
Senator for Attorney Tori Locke, present.
Senator Rumbach.
Senator for the Webster College of Health and Human Services, present.
Senator Smith.
Senator for the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, present.
Senator Snell. Senator Steltzer. Director Sukumar. Senator Tor.
Senator for Students with Disabilities, present.
Senator Veeder.
Senator for Marietta First Week, present.
Director Weiss.
Director of External Affairs, present.
Senator Whitehead.
We will now vote to approve the 48th meeting minutes. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Ray?
I motion to approve the 48th meeting minutes.
Is there a second on the floor? Seconded by Senator Coakley. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? This does pass. We now have a special guest. The agenda is slightly outdated. Olivia Urick isn't here, but we do have a representative from Marketing and Fan Experience, Daniel Doucette, who will be here to talk to us about several initiatives that the marketing team for our athletics group is doing.
Thank you all for this.
All right, thank you all for having me. Just wanted to run through some things and open up the floor for any questions you guys may have about athletics and what we're getting ready to do for the rest of the fall as well as the upcoming winter season. Just wanted to run some things by. First with football, we have 2 games left. November 3rd against Campbell is Military Appreciation. It'll be free military discount on tickets. So if you have any military relatives or friends, please let them know. And then for November 17th, SunTrust Park, that game is scheduled for 3 o'clock. It will be broadcasted live on Fox Sports South. It will not be on our regular Peachtree TV programming. It'll also be 680 The Fan. We'll be doing a radio broadcast. And that is also, I think, 93.7 FM. And then that will be sponsored by Peach State. It's called Ambetter, A-M-B-E-T-T-E-R. So if you guys do promote the game in any way, please, please, please say that the game is presented by Ambetter. And then, we're hoping to sell 20,000 tickets. So student tickets are $5 if you use your student email. And then regular tickets range as low as $20 up to $95, which is an all-inclusive food and drink beverage in the Delta Club behind home plate. So we are looking at doing a lot of different things. If you have any questions on the pregame fan zone, owl walk, I'm happy to answer those once you guys open up the floor. And then let's see, we have 1 home volleyball match remaining, Lipscomb on the 21st. 2 home soccer matches, or no, 1 soccer match That's Lipscomb on the 21st. We have 2 volleyball matches this weekend, the 19th on Friday and the 21st on Sunday. 19th at 7 against North Alabama, Sundays at 2 p.m. For those interested in soccer, if we beat Lipscomb, we will be hosting at least the first 2 rounds of the ASUN tournament. Those will be the following week, Thursday and Saturday of the following week. And then volleyball, right now we're number 1 seed. We're undefeated in the conference. And then we are currently 3 weeks away from tip-off for men's and women's basketball. First game is on November 7th. Women at 5, men at 7:30. Women play Middle Georgia State. The men play Oglethorpe. So any questions on sports at all, feel free to ask. The only other thing I wanted to mention, if you guys aren't aware, we do have a fan rewards app called Owl Rewards. It is in the Google store. It is in the Apple store as well. It's free. It's pretty much if you attend a game, you get points. The points can go towards redeeming for things like free drinks, free popcorn, $5 concession stand voucher, free tickets, on-field access passes, customized jerseys. You can go all the way up to a lot of cool things. So, again, if you have any questions on that, I'm more than happy to answer them. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions on the floor? Oh, Senator Ray.
Okay, I have a decent amount of questions.
All right.
They all are going to the Jacksonville State game.
Okay.
One, the link I've been given for student tickets, I go to it and it says this offer is no longer available. And then I've tried to find it on the online as well, and I cannot find like one that I can actually access. And I've had like a good amount of people ask me about that, so you can address that one first.
Which link have you been going to?
Yeah, Ticketmaster, maybe.
Well, yeah, but like, what are you typing in on the the search engine?
Somebody sent me a link for this.
Okay,
tickets
so
on
it's
that.
ksuls.com/SunTrust.
And then just go from there.
Yep, it takes you straight to where you need to go.
Okay. Second question, I know with SunTrust, they only have one tailgating lot. And then so going into parking, where can we purchase parking for the game, and will the tailgate lot be open?
So parking is through Ticketmaster as well,
Okay.
and they will also be operating all their parking services as if it is a regular Saturday home Braves game. So
Okay,
all
yeah,
the
so-
other lots will be available. However, only N29, which is off of Circle 75, is available for tailgating.
Yep.
We are trying to make Fan Zone and the Battery as live as possible pre-game. So we ask that you guys don't tailgate there because we're trying to do some initiatives that'll be a lot more fun and a lot more lenient for you guys. So we have been given word by the Braves that their Cobb County Police and their security services will be in high force in that parking lot. So for those of you that are not 21, they will be on the lookout.
Yeah, be cautious because the Braves have a really good alcohol awareness program. So they randomly come up to you and they're like, so, "Excuse me, sir, you do not look old enough for that beer. Can I please see your ID?" And then you have to show them to them. Okay, lastly, with the Delta Sky Club, I know you talked about that. Can we purchase those boxes, and if so, where? Because we could not find out.
So the Delta Club is not boxes; it's the seats behind home plate.
Can you purchase boxes for the game though? Because I know there is that club section.
No,
Okay.
no. So there will be suites available, but however, the Braves sponsors have the suites. They have first right of refusal, which means that the Braves have to contact them and say, "Hey, do you plan on using your suite for this game?" If no, then those suites become available to sell. If that is the case, they will then be promoted via social media and their website.
Are there any other questions on the floor? Well, if not, I have one question. Just to kind of, because I know I met with several people in the athletics marketing department, and we spoke a lot about where SGA can collaborate. So if you just wanted to talk about some of the discussion we had to bring it to the full floor, and maybe we can get a little feedback from the senators.
Yeah, so SGA, we are open if you guys want for a tailgate. You guys can have your own tailgate. The Braves are allowing tents in the plaza now, so if you do want to bring your own tent for a tailgate, just let us know. We can secure a spot for you guys. We just need to know in advance because we have to get it approved by the fire marshal. If you want to tailgate in the parking lots, that's totally up to you. And then in-game, I personally have no recollection of any hangout spots. All seats are kind of up for grabs, so we can't really designate a section for SGA. However, if you guys all purchase in bulk, the student section is in what is typically left field for a baseball game. So it runs from foul pole to center field. I don't know if that answered your question, but.
It does. Thank you very much. Are there any other questions or comments from SGA or the audience? All right. With that said, thank you so much for coming out. and
Thank you,
speaking to us.
guys. Have a good day.
We will now go into director reports, and we will start with Director Weiss.
Director of External Affairs. So I have a couple things mostly related to meetings. Tomorrow I have scheduled a meeting with Police Chief Stevens. The main thing we're going to talk about is an upcoming event that me and my committee are working on, Coffee with Cops. But we're also, I had to think of the name for a second. But we're also going to have a general campus update, and I'm going to get an update on the recently, or not the recently now, but the supposedly upcoming filling of the captain's position vacancy. So I'll update you all next meeting with that. I also emailed the library about fixing the broken outlets on the second and third floors. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that, but a large section of the outlets don't work. Their power strips just don't work. So they're going to try to fix that, and they're also going to try to add more power hubs on the first floor on the Kennesaw campus library, and more electrical access in general on the Marietta campus library. So there's that. And I was also in contact with Captain Bullock of Cobb County PD Precinct 1 about scheduling a meeting to discuss possible outreach events between us and them. That'll probably be around October 21st or 25th, or at the beginning of November. But again, I'll be sure to let you all know whenever something happens. And then tomorrow is the Presidential Commission on Racial and Ethnic Diversity meeting. Dr. Witten will be there, so will other faculty. So if anyone has any issues they want me to bring up, please let me know after the meeting. I'll be sure to raise awareness to anything. And then recently, myself, Ryan, Vincent, Matthew, and a couple other people are going to, or we scheduled a meeting to talk to Dean Anderson of the College in Science and Math about the grade distribution issue we've been having. So we'll have more information on that too. And then the last thing, just a reminder that early voting started on Monday and it'll last through November 6th. So if you want to vote early, go out and vote early. Look up your polling location. And then there is a Cobb County Board of Commissioners meeting on the 23rd of this month. If anyone's interested in going, please let me or any of my committee members know. They know where the date and location are too. So, end of report.
Director Keller?
Director Keller. Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. So this being my second full week in this position. So we had an e-board meeting last week where we collectively went over and processed all of your candid feedback. And that's something that I've taken extremely seriously. I've gone through those letters and how you answered the questions thoroughly more than once. And I have come up with an idea of what your need is. So as of yesterday, day before, I can't remember, I established my committee in the group me. If you're in that group me, please see me after this so we can talk about scheduling a meeting next week. But it is my initiative to have a meeting with my committee before next Wednesday so we can get something started. But I'm hoping to start implementing the engagement committee as well. We have merged my engagement committee with the internal affairs committee. So I'm hoping to bring everyone together in that first meeting to come up with our first step for you all. So more to come. End of report.
Sorry. Hey guys, so first to start with, there's a UPCC meeting next Thursday. I can't go because I have simulation, but if someone would like to go in my position, please come see me after the meeting. It's awesome. It's actually a lot of fun. You probably don't believe me, but I promise it's fun. So yeah, just come talk to me. Also, for Fuel for Finals, so I decided we're only going to do it on Kennesaw just because I can't bank on people coming. Next semester we'll do it again, but I just can't rely on that. So it'll be 1:30 to 2:30 in the University Room B on Kennesaw. If you are Marietta or something and you're gonna have a travel issue, come talk to me after the meeting and we can figure that out. I'm very flexible. And so everyone, listen, this is a mandatory event, so you have to come. If you have class, you need to send me an email. My email is edelane1@students.kennesaw.edu. You send me an email with why you can't come and attach a CC or Senate lead, and I need that before, like, at least 24 hours in advance. You can send it tonight if you really want to, but if you come talk to me, I need proof because I'm gonna forget. I have a lot going on, so you have to send me an email so there's proof. So yeah, if you have any questions, please come find me after the meeting and report. Is it to Blaine?
Director Mogus, governance has been meeting. We have another meeting next Wednesday, so we'll keep you guys updated on that. Just been doing some discipline things and another report.
Director Sukumar, Director of Communications. I just have a few things I want to mention. First off, I'm going to be restocking the SGA closet. So me and my communications committee are working on that. But I'd like to hear feedback from the senators on, if you've been tabling, if there's certain items that people liked, if there's certain items that they didn't take from the table. And yeah, that's because we have about few grand to spend, so we can get a lot of stuff. So the last thing I want to do is just buy something that's really expensive and there's only 10 of them. I'd want to diversify and get, a bunch of water bottles, keychains, pop sockets. So I just want to hear your feedback at some point. Maybe later on in the meeting, or email me, send me a message on GroupMe. And other than that, we're just, working on social media. Social media is a lot more work than a lot of you guys think. It's, you got to plan each day of the week what you're going to post on your story and timeline. So I know that every meeting I keep saying, oh, we're going to do it, but yeah, we're still working on that. And other than that, vendor report.
Treasurer Mark. Excuse me,
Senate Lead Dykes. Hey guys. So my first announcement is if you have not yet signed up for a one-on-one and you're one of my senators, please do that. The link is in the business group me, so if you just scroll up a little bit, you can find it. It's a sign up genius. So if you could sign up for those sooner rather than later, it would help me out a lot. Second thing is we have heard all of your concerns about the business group me and how you're not seeing those messages or how it gets confusing who can post in there and everything like that. So we have created a Remind 101 that you guys can sign up for. If Josh is working on it. So if you want to whip out your phones real quick and you can text that to 81010, it'll add you to the SGA Remind and you can get notifications that way. So the entire e-board is an owner of that account and we can send out reminders through there and they'll go directly to your text messages. So I highly, highly recommend signing up for that. Even if you are good with the business group me, it would still be a good idea to sign up to get those reminders. And that's about it. End of report.
Senate Lead Wapad. So I'm going to send out the one-on-ones for Marietta campus people. Just sign up for next week. Look out for the emails. I mean, just an email, not emails. End of report.
Treasurer Har. Hey guys, I've got a little quick budget report for you guys. We just haven't done one all semester, so this is going to be like the mid-semester report. If you wouldn't mind pulling it up. Oh, sweet, cool. All right, so here's kind of the percentage breakdown. The FY18 allocation is what we were awarded in our budget last year. That was $26,600. This year we requested $29,590, and we were only awarded $23,90. That was just due to the budget cuts that the university had made, and we felt the impact of that due to the SGA polos that we no longer provide from here on out, and then coupon cards. You might have noticed that we don't have coupon cards this semester, and that would be the reason. So the breakdown of our current budget consists of this. Our travel went to our SGA retreat that you all attended at the beginning of the semester. Programs and services, fuel for finals, fuel for midterms, senator forums, anything you guys do essentially comes out of our programs and services budget. Clothing, which really for us was only our $500 in name tags. $10,000 was our exec board stipends. $4,000 we were awarded for our promotional gear, promotional t-shirts. Josh is working on that, and we're open to y'all's suggestions. And then supplies was everything for the office, yearly printing, and our ink. So this was our overall budget for the year. So far, we've really only spent a small portion of that. Expenses so far have included fuel for midterms, our senator events, and name tags. Some upcoming expenditures are going to be your senator events for the rest of the semester, fuel for finals, and then our fall e-board stipends that we'll receive, I believe, in December, and promotional items that we choose to buy. Just a little update on SABEC. We have our last meeting of the semester, to my knowledge, on November 14th, 2018. And if you guys have any questions on the money approval process, this is just a quick little run through. This is what you guys will have to fill out for any of your senator events like I talked about in the previous slide. You go to OwlLife, www.owllife.kennesaw.edu. It's under forums. Try to get that done 2 weeks prior to the day of your event, because that gives me essentially a week to look at it, and then that gives you a week to go and receive your funds from Ms. Safford and the Student Center. And does anyone have any questions? Yes.
Senator Coakley, where exactly is Ms. Stafford located in the Student Center? Like, I know she's in the third floor, but what room?
You remember where the loft is, or the cubes used to be?
Yes.
So if you walk through that door and to the right, there's a bunch of offices there, and I believe she's located there.
Thank you.
Great. All right, thank you guys. End of report.
Hey guys, Secretary Gunby. So we're now in the middle of October, which means that November will be upon us very soon. So I need you guys to fill out your campus engagement, or like if you need a reservation, fill out that form for me on OwlLife at least 2 weeks in advance of when you want to have your event. And report.
Vice President Abdul Salam.
Hey everyone, I know it has been like really intense 2 weeks for you because of the midterms and stuff, and a lot of you already had midterm exams today. And so what I want to talk about is my recovery has been going really well, so I've been fixing meetings with the different people I have to meet actually. So me and I and our president, I'm sorry, our president is gonna meet the president of the university, Dr. Pamela Whedon, on 26th, and we'll be talking about different stuffs. And it has been a long semester for me because I haven't been able to keep up with a lot of people, so I've been trying my level best to do that, and most of the meetings that I've got is on next week actually. So I'll be meeting with Dean Preston of the College of Computing and Software Engineering, along with the Senate lead of the Marietta campus, Bapet. And on top of that, I really have to appreciate Vincent Coakley actually. He actually talked to Kara Ray, who's the Assistant Vice President of the Student Affairs on the Marietta campus, and we have been having problems on the Marietta campus office, as all the students on the Marietta campus know, because the office is too small and we have more than enough furniture over there and it feels so congested. And Carrie has actually given us an option to move some of the furnitures if we have storage space over there in this building. And I'll be talking to Jennifer, who's, I'm not really sure her position here, but I've seen her, I've talked to her, and I'll be seeing if we can actually do something about it. And it is not possible for us to expand the space because of the lack of room here. But if we can somehow increase the efficiency by the way we have, by removing some of the furniture or rearranging something, I think it would be better, because the SG office here looks really dull and it kind of feels really bad, to be honest. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. End of report.
President Honeycutt, first off, touch on the meeting with Dr. Whitten that Masood and I will have. We'll remind you again, but beforehand, we'll send out a message in the business chat and the Remind 101 for you to DM us any questions you have. So if you want, obviously we can't all meet with Dr. Whitten because then she'd never have time to do her job. But if there's any questions that you would like to ask the president, I would be, and I'm sure Masood as well, would be glad to relay that for you, and we'll make sure that those questions get asked in our meetings. Other than that, as if you remember from the retreat, those of you who are new, you won't remember this, I wanted to start up a little like lunch with the president program, which was kind of my way of getting to know you. Now that I can calculate how many dining dollars I can spend and how many swipes I can spend, I'm going to start that. So I'll put a message in the business chat, and then you can DM me and we'll set up meetings. This is a chance for you to get a one-on-one with me and talk about how you feel about SGA, things you want to improve, personal projects, things like that, to really try and help kind of bridge the gap between the executive board and the Senate, because our job duties, especially with me being as president and never have been in the Senate before, I really want to make sure that bridge is as strong as it can be. For the meeting on Halloween, we spoke about it. We are going to have it, and the reason for that is because if we canceled outright, assuming that our wonderful overworked secretary could get us a good replacement date, since the Constitution mandates us to have equal amount of meetings on Kennesaw and Marietta, we would have to make it up, which would likely lead to 1 month with 3 meetings. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, obviously, if there's things y'all really want to talk about, we'll talk about them, but we're going to really try and strive to have it over and done with in about an hour. It's going to be business casual. From now on, we're going to institute a rule that business casual, you can wear the SGA polo shirts. And Director Mogus has agreed to waive some of the requirements for things like dress pants, and I don't know about dress shoes, but I'm sure shoes.
So the dress code for that meeting is going to be like really casual. So you guys are like allowed to wear sneakers and jeans and just like a polo shirt. So it's going to be like pretty much a laid back kind of thing. So yeah.
So as long as you're wearing the SGA polos, and for those of you who don't have them, don't worry about it. We'll work on it. But that way we can hopefully have a very brief but a quick meeting. No one has to dress up. So after we're done, y'all can go home, get changed into whether it's a costume, pajamas, or whatever. So we're conscious of that. We want to get out soon, so we're going to try and make that a quick meeting. I met with Dr. White. We spoke about a couple of things. One of the things that the Sentinel actually reported on today, but that we spoke about, was the LGBTQ pronoun pamphlets and the status. So the understanding I've gathered from that is, which is more or less what the Sentinel reported today, they don't have the logo on them anymore, but they are allowed to be posted for a combination of reasons. So they should still be able to hand them out and post them and things like that. It just won't have the university logo, so that way you can still hand them out. And I believe they are still on the resources webpage, but we can definitely double check on that. But they were pretty, Dr. White was pretty clear on that, no one's being censored. They're just taking logos off because of some requests made by the state legislature and things of that nature. I believe that covers my report. I did meet with the athletics folks, but he was kind enough to more or less talk about what we discussed anyways. So end of report. Oh, one more thing. My apologies. If Senator Crawford could speak to me after the meeting, I just had a couple of questions about some of the ideas you had. We will now go into open forum. This is a time for members of student government and the audience to talk about things related to our constituencies. I'd also like to point out Dr. Ray is here as well, and we do have some wonderful representatives from Campus Services. So if there's any questions you have for them, I'm sure they'd be glad to answer now or after the meeting. Is there anything for open forum? We will start with Director Delaney and move to Senator Smith.
Sorry, guys. I forgot to say the date for Feel for Finals. It is November 28th. It's a Wednesday, right before finals. So, yeah. All right. That's it. Oh, they did. Perfect.
Senator Smith?
Senator Smith, I actually have a few things to go over. Most of it happened today, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible. We will be having a College of Humanities and Social Sciences organizational showcase again this spring, as it happened this last fall, because it was pretty successful. So date forthcoming on that. I also asked about door access for RSOs and students in general for the social sciences building, and if you cannot get in, they say you can go ask any admin in any of the departments as long as it's during business hours, and they will let you in the room if you can just show them the reservation. So you do not have to call security anymore for social sciences if it's 8 to 5. Moving on, there are 3 new advisors in career planning and development. One of them is for College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and she might be coming to one of our meetings to meet all of you guys. There is also one for the College of Business and the College of Engineering and Engineering Technology, so you can ask me about that later if you want to hear about it. The School of Government International Affairs will still be holding a new opening, so also date forthcoming on that. A search committee for the new dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences is going to be holding their meeting on October 31st. Tons of fun for Halloween. I believe that the current dean will be submitting his name for recognition, so that will be interesting, but the search committee will be starting soon. It's got a great panel of people. If you want to know who it is, I'd be glad to tell you. For College of Humanities and Social Sciences classes, they are next semester, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Everything will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday after 3:30. However, the gap between classes is no longer 10 minutes. It's going to be 15. So instead of classes ending and starting like 10:50 and 11, it'll be your normal classes ending at 45 and starting at the hour past that. So make sure you keep an eye on your start times for classes. It's meant to give students more time to walk places or get to class. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Sorry about the door that got weirdly shot out in the social sciences building. It looks weird. There's wood. They're going to fix it soon. It's probably going to be there for the next week. Last thing, I do have a meeting with Dr. Witten. I'm a past DC internship student, and we're going to be putting more stuff together to make that internship available. It is not just available for College of Humanities and Social Sciences students. So if you have any questions or if you have any internships within your own college you would like me to bring up during that meeting, I would be happy to. End of report.
Director Keller, I believe you have a question.
Yes. So Director Keller, I actually have a little note to add to your comment about the schedule. So starting in January, that will be true for all colleges. Your schedules, everything, all classes will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So you will have classes on Friday. You will have 15 minutes in between classes. So when you're registering for classes come the first week of November, you will see that time change. Thank you.
Secretary Gunby.
Not a question, but also a point of information, Secretary Gunby. So from further clarification, so if you have an 8 a.m., your class will still be 50 minutes. However, the next class cannot start until 9:05, and therefore 10:10, and then 11:15. So it's going to be really weird next semester, so make sure to look out for that.
Thank you. Is there anything else for open forum? We'll start with Senator Brand and then Senator Lopez.
Senator Brand, I just wanted to inform you all about an event that happened on campus today. We did have Michael J. Coles, who is the generous benefactor for the Coles College of Business, on campus today. He gave a talk, and I was lucky enough to have lunch with him. And it was great having him on campus, and we had a massive turnout for his event. Packed room, had to have people sitting upstairs, so just to let you all know.
Senator Lopez?
Senator Lopez. Okay, so we did have our meet and greet last Tuesday. It was a success. We had a few minor roadblocks along the way, but we got what we needed to get accomplished, and we met a lot of our constituency. So thank you, Bailey, for coming out to the Kennesaw campus, and thank you, Sam, for coming out. You didn't have to, but I really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm starting my freshman Vin events. I need to fill out the reservation form, but I'm looking to do it October 30th at 7 p.m. Most of you guys are not first-year students, so I don't expect you to come out. But if you could, it'd be cool. Also, I'm gonna do a flyer, and if you guys could promote it, that'd be amazing. I'll be promoting it on my social media. I have a lot of first years that follow me, and just spread the word. I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback about it, so I think it's going to be a really good program. And potentially maybe we could turn it into an organization, and it could be something that's passed down to the next first year senators. So I don't know. To my little the thing I've been doing for disadvantaged students. So I got invited by Marcella for the RRPG program to go out to North Cobb High School. They're having a Noche Hispana, which is pretty much where we go out and we talk to disadvantaged students. Well, I don't want to say disadvantaged, but they're students who have parents who don't speak English. They only speak Spanish, and that can be very difficult for a parent who doesn't speak English and doesn't know much about the college process, because there's not a lot of services for that. So we're going to go out and talk to them for a while and get them updated on how to start the college pathways and to report.
Is there anything else for open forum? Anything from our audience? Well, if that's the case, I actually do have one thing. I didn't want to bring it up during my officer report because it's not necessarily a report. But when we were reading over the forms that Carly mentioned, there was one thing that stuck out, and obviously, they're anonymous, so I'll keep that. But one of the people who submitted a form made a comment about how they really want to increase engagement in our elections, so that's a real honor to be an SGA. And I really took that to heart. So one of the little, personal projects I'm going to be pushing, I'm not yet sure whether that's going to take the form of a ad hoc committee that I'll chair, or maybe when we do constitutional review, doing a little bit of election reform, but taking a serious look, not just at marketing for our election rules, but the rules we have for our elections, and seeing what we can do to produce more candidates. And not necessarily that our Senate's bad. I personally have the opinion that this is the best Senate we've had in a long time, but we can always strive to do better and to keep pushing for even more high quality candidates and even more people running. So I'm gonna take a serious look at that. If you have any advice, feedback, ideas, feel free to private message me. I imagine by the next meeting we'll have some stuff set in stone. Well, if there's nothing, Senator Smith?
Senator Smith, so sorry, you actually reminded me by talking about that. I did get a complaint. It's more of a question for you guys. I'm not sure if professors are required. I'm sure I read somewhere that missing school or class to go vote is an excused absence. Have there are some professors making tests on election day. I'm not sure if there's anything we can do about that. And apparently certain professors do not have makeup tests, so if you miss it, you miss it. Not sure what we can do about that, but it was brought up to me.
Director of External Affairs. Before I say anything, I just want to say that Ron may have a better idea of this than me, but I would think that is not allowed. If voting is excused, then you are then excused from the test. That would make sense for my understanding. I mean, that's what I would assume. I would figure that they're trying to get around the loophole by doing that. And if they're political science or if it would seem very ironic that a teacher, a professor from that college would do that, but I'm just saying, yeah, if that's one of those teachers, kind of suppressing voting in a way, but that's interesting. Okay.
Senator Ray?
Go ahead and inform them that it does not take all 4 of your classes to vote. If they have a test in there, I feel like it's kind of their responsibility to go vote during it. One, try to vote outside of class. Yes, and it's an excuse, but really, should you miss class to go vote? Probably, but if you can do it outside of class, do that. But then again, if you have 4 classes that day, choose another class to go vote if you have to for an excused absence.
Senator Coakley, if someone could pass the mic to him.
Senator Coakley, it's worth noting that all students don't face the same situation where they might live in this district, such as myself, who lives over in the 10th Congressional District up in Tequila, which is a 2-hour drive approximately from here with traffic. So that'd be a 4-hour round trip. You've got to consider that. Just noting.
These are all very good points. I myself, I'm from the 8th District, 2 hours south. Obviously, neither the other Matthew or I are sure of the rules. We're definitely going to look into this and see if we can figure something out. Keep in mind, since voting isn't a national holiday, that might very well not necessarily be against the rules. But we're going to send out some emails and see if we can get some clarification, unless, of course, Dr. Lunk has some.
So it's a sticky situation, because the reality is that a professor has the ability to write their syllabus however they wish, and offering tests, it is what it is. Like the academic schedule, they might create that the test falls on election day. It is highly unfortunate. I mean, like, honestly, that should have been one of those things that you just look at. Like, you don't put it on Thanksgiving week, fall break. You know, you don't put it on election day. Like, let's think through that process. But Senator Ray does have a point that is probably the mentality of some faculty, is that there are other times that you can vote. The polls are open from 7 to 7. There are absentee ballots available. There are other options for you to participate in the electoral process, which doesn't take away necessarily from that 1 hour or hour and 15-minute class time. Again, it's highly unfortunate, but because of the academic freedom that faculty have over their course and their schedule, there's really not much to do. It is an excused absence, though, and voting is a reason to be late to class or not to be in class. It doesn't mean that you get to take like the whole day off. So understand that you still need to go to class, even though it's excused absence. But just know that is within the student handbook.
Director Delaney.
Yeah, kind of just to go off what Ron said, I'm also like 2.5 hours away, so I understand that that's a struggle. But for those, like, you can do absentee balloting. And in case you don't know how to do that, just go to, it's vote.kennesaw.edu, and you can check your voter registration status. And if you log on there, you can also apply for an absentee ballot. So if you can't get that, or you can't go, like, please do that, please vote. But that's kind of just like a point of information in case you didn't know how to do that or you wanted to do that.
Regardless, thank you for bringing this to our attention, Senator Smith. I also want to point out, while the midterm elections are super, super important, the elections I was referring to were our elections for Senate, SGA President, Vice President, Treasurer. Just putting it out there. They're both super important. One decides the fate of the country. One decides the fate of the university you attend. So vote in both of them. Run for both of them. Whatever. Is there anything else for open forum? Seeing none, we will now go in the new business. Is there anything for new business? Wonderful. Seeing none. Announcements. This is for non-SJ related stuff, or in the case of Senator Busen, stuff he forgot to say in open forum.
Oh, no, it's announcements.
Oh, great. All right, well, in that case, Senator Busen, let's hear it.
All right, so these are some of the Halloween events that the Housing Department is putting on, along with the RHHA. And the first one is on October 24th, and that's Trick or Treat with KSU. It's on the campus green from 5 to 7 p.m. And then the Kennesaw Place Haunted House, which will be in Kennesaw Place. The time is not announced yet, though, but we have KSU haunted houses you can go to. On Thursday, October 25th, there's going to be a pumpkin launch from 3 to 6 p.m. on the Marietta multipurpose field. I think that's where you smash pumpkins for science. And then also on the 25th, the NRHHA is having a Booville outside of Howell Hall, and then they're going to have another haunted house in Howell Hall. On Monday, October 29th, there is a Boulder Battle. Boulder Battle, but it's like it says boo and bat. And it's a climbing gym in the Kennesaw Recreation Center, and that's from 4 to 7. And then a KAB movie night on the campus green from 7 to 9. But if it rains, it'll be in the Social Sciences Auditorium. On October 30th, there's the Fall Festival from 4 to 6 p.m. That's in the Health Promotion and Wellness on the campus green. And then the KAB Halloween Social is in the university rooms from 7 to 9. On Halloween, there's another Bouville, and that is all to be announced. And there's a Monsterville, and that's still to be announced. But if you keep looking for those events, and I'm sure by Halloween, I'll know exactly where those locations will be and what times.
Thank you, Senator Busen. Is there anything else for announcements? Senator Ray.
Going off the pumpkin launch thing, I know that's mainly a Marietta campus thing, but if you haven't been to one, it's pretty crazy. So what it is, it's a bunch of intro to mechanical engineering students. They get a budget to create this thing that launches a pumpkin. And I know my freshman year I went, and somebody's dad owned a construction company, so he got all his dad's leftover steel, and they made a crazy contraption that launched a full-size pumpkin like 150 yards. So it's pretty crazy to watch.
Thank you, Senator Ray. But it is a really exciting event, so we're still in a formal meeting. It is a really exciting event. Is there anything else for announcements? Director Keller.
Hi, Director Keller, just a reminder for those who are in my internal committee, aka engagement/internal committee, please see me after this meeting. Thank you.
Anything else for announcements? Senator Benitez.
Hey, you guys, just wanted to let y'all know that there are a few more info sessions left to apply to be an ignition leader or flight crew leader. I can drop that flyer in the group me. You guys can share it with your constituents, you know, do whatever you want with it.
Anything else for announcements? Senator Lopez?
Senator Lopez, real quick. I'm a part of an organization called Sowers of Knowledge, and pretty much what we do is we make books for countries that speak French who have a lot of disadvantage in education, disadvantages in education. So you don't have to know how to speak French to make the books. You literally like copy and like you actually kind of learn. Like I've been learning French from just making books. So it's kind of like you're promoting education, but you're also like learning a new skill. So it's pretty cool. So it's at Friday from 11 to 1. If any of you guys are interested, I will be there. And it's a really good organization to get involved in. There are chapters all over Atlanta. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Anything else for announcements? All right. If that's the case, we can now, are there any motions on the floor to adjourn the meeting? Senator Busen.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Senator. Is there a second on the floor? Seconded by Senator Brand. All in favor? All opposed? Any abstentions? This does pass. Have a safe week.